Well, it piqued my interest, y'all. Well, good morning. It's raining again. I mean, I think we're going to have a very wet summer. But I'm okay with that because we just went through 2 years or 2 seasons, summer seasons of a drought. And I'm okay with it raining. I'm good. It kind of hinders like videoing. It hinders some of the farm work. Of course, today I'm just kind of getting started a little bit later, but I just kind of wanted to catch you up on what has been going on here on the farm. I know that I told you about the new greenhouse coming, but we've, before I did all of that and started videoing all of that, Caden and I had been working on a few things around the farm to catch up because it rained literally for 5 days and everything was flooded. So I want to take you around and show you what all we got done before I show you my surprise. I hope that you were able to hear me a minute ago when I was talking because my mic wasn't on. But let's start in the feed stall. So when Caden came, it had rained for 5 days straight. And I'm telling you, it was just a mess. Everything was flooded. But I had feed stacked up on pallets here in the feed stall just because, we did the concrete floors in the stalls, but then I put pallets in here and we just stacked feed up on the pallets to get it off of the concrete floor. Well, lo and behold, here comes the rats. And the rats pretty much destroyed bags of feed, and then they took all that waste and put it up under the pallets and created like a composted dirt from the wasted feed and started having babies. So all the rats just kind of took over the feed stall. You could literally walk in here and smell rat urine. And I knew that would be dangerous. So Caden and I got in here and we come up with a whole new plan. I had gotten down to the bare minimum on feed and had to make another order, and I order a ton at a time to cut down on workload for one thing, and having to go as often as I used to have to go every week and get a load of feed. So now I can also get a discount per bag for, it's called the ton price. And thanks to my friend Brooke over at Cog Hill Farm, she told me about being able to do that, and that's how I started doing it. Well, now I just have them to deliver the feed for probably the cost of the difference in the ton discount and what I would normally pay. They bring it to the farm and they can unload it. Now they can put it in your barrels or whatever for another fee, but I have Caden and I'm already having him here. So I just scheduled the feed to come when I know Caden's going to be here, and it just makes it a whole lot easier. But Caden and I got into the feed stall and we totally cleaned it out. I mean, he even shoveled everything and swept and got it looking good in here. So I'm going to turn the camera around and I'm going to show you the system that we came up with in the feed stall. So everything in here has a barrel that it goes in. The blue barrels are all cow feed. And then we have these barrels, the black ones, that I actually just wrote on the side because I'm always swapping tops with something. So this is my overflow feed here, and I'm able to change barrels out when I get empties. I can just stack empties up. So the back side is chicken feed. All right, these are my working barrels. So I have beef, goat, and chicken here. and that's the ones that I work off of. Now my scratch feed is on this side, and this tall one here is for the dogs. I have everybody locked up right now eating so that I can be in here and video this. You wouldn't be able to hear me. So after we got that all cleaned up and organized, and if you know me, I am one of those people that I like to stay organized. And when something is chaotic like it was in the feed stall and just mush out in the pasture from all the rain, ooh, it gets me just very anxious. So this is what we did for the barn and for the steers area. Caden and I took some old hay and we have put layers of hay and pine shavings down to make it better on the cows so that they don't have to walk in mud. Now it is still a little messy right now in here just simply because it's rained again and they are tromping this hay into the mud. But you can see it's mostly hay and very little mud at this point, and it's just a lot easier for them to, baby, you like that jaw scratched, huh? You like that jaw scratched? What you hear? What you hear, huh? What you hear? So anyway, I also put down some stall refresher to make it smell better, and it also kind of helps to get rid of some of the flies. Oh, my baby, yeah. Oh, my baby. Oh, oh, my baby. Oh, he's such a baby, y'all. I'm such a baby. Okay, after we got the inside of the barn and the cow's stall done, Caden and I hung up this bovine rub. Now, we put it very, very low because, you know, the boys are short and they need to be able to go up under it and it rub them. I'm probably going to hang some wicks off of it that will get some of the fly spray on the wicks. Caden and I were very busy, can you tell? So we hung it all the way across, and this is a 10-footer here. And we've got it low, and then all I had to do was teach them to go up under it. Now, what we soaked it in was the fly spray mixed with food-grade mineral oil. And the mineral oil will help it to stick on their backs and sides. It'll also help their skin to absorb the fly spray. And so you can see that his back is very, very shiny. Yeah, you got a shiny back. You do have a shiny back. The very first time they went up under it, they were a little bit leery of it, but now you can see he just he'll stand up under it. He doesn't care anymore. It is what it is. They even sometimes will step over it, and it's probably the reason it's stretched down a little bit, because it does stretch, and I may have to adjust. But right now they're still lifting it up and going up under it and rubbing their backs with it. Now big boy here, he does occasionally step over it, but the only thing that does is coat his tummy with the fly spray. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Do y'all see the flies on him? That's right. No, you don't, because it's working. Y'all, this is working. And he may have a couple around his legs, and I only see 2 flies, but it's working. That fly spray is literally absorbing into his skin, and it has been probably 5 days now since I started this procedure, and the number of flies is to a minimum. I mean, it's a minimum, y'all. So I'm going to stay with this system. Like I said, I may add some wicks onto it. If I do, I'll raise it just a little bit. But you can see, you know, they'll go to the corner and lift it up, and they'll just kind of run along it and let it rub their backs. They actually, I think, thinks it feels good. But we filled hay feeders up, which is going down pretty quickly because the cows do love the hay, but also they're eating from the pasture. You can see the green grass coming up out there. With the amount of rain that we've had, we do have an overabundance of grass coming up now, which is a good thing because you see how it barely got him because he is a short boy. He is short. And so we have to have it hanging low. Now, when it's feeding time, he just goes straight up under the middle and it just kind of gets him on both sides. But you can see there's no flies on him, y'all. Do you see what's happening over there? I don't know if you can see it or not, but Clover is in here and Clover is pecking him through the fence. Now, that's the other thing that we did. We put Clover in the stall. Now, I know you're asking, let me get him some feed. Now, I know you're asking, why is Clover in a stall? Well, Clover gets to get out and run in the pasture, but Clover is still kind of small, so Clover still needs to be in the pasture, in the stall, because Nellie's mean. Y'all don't see what Nellie does. Nellie is probably one of the meanest animals that I have ever had to deal with on a daily basis. Nellie gets in Nellie's moods, and this is feed for Clover. Nellie gets in Nellie's moods, and there is no changing Nellie's mind. She'll start chasing and stomping and screaming and kicking, and she even tries to do that with me sometimes because she's a hootenanny. Ain't that right, Nellie? Are you having a moment right now, Nellie? No? Are you having a moment? All right. But Nellie is what Nellie is. So anyway, we put Clover in the stall, and it relieved the mess that's inside of the brooder house because we can put pine shavings in here with Clover. And we can let Clover out, and he can get used to all the chickens, turkeys, geese, animals, Nellie, and he gets to get out a little bit every day and run and eat grass and do the things that emus like to do. So what I do is I'll feed him his rat-type food. Look at that baby. Is he not the sweetest thing, y'all? He is so lovable. But I feed him both his morning and his evening meal in here. During the middle of the day, he gets to run outside as long as I'm in the pasture and can control Nellie. And then she just eventually gets tired of messing with him, so she kind of goes on about her business. And that's all part of getting them used to one another. The bigger he gets, the less that she will want to mess with him. Because, she had to get used to the chickens and the turkeys and the geese and everything else that's out here. So she'll get used to him. She'll definitely get used to him. But when I'm not out here, Clover gets to stay in the stall here. Now, we will be getting him a friend to be out here with him. But right now, he's out here, and he has a whole bunch of, and I don't know if you can see them or not, but there's some baby chicks in here that come in here and hang out with Sweet Clover. And his heat lamp is in here for the days that he needs it. I think next weekend there may be a 50-degree morning, so I'll definitely have that heat lamp on that morning. So he also has Nellie has gotten into the feed stall. Y'all see Nellie? Y'all see Nellie in the feed stall? Get out of there, Nellie. Get out of there, Nellie. Sweet Sophie was letting me know. Let me go close that door. Nellie knows how to open it if I don't close it just right. If I don't put a latch on it, Nellie knows how to get in there. All right, girl, you can't get in there now. So Clover has a water bowl here. Now I fill this up every day, but you know that when I'm not out here, Clover swims. So a lot of it is the wet area around here where Clover swims, but he's got plenty to drink. He gets it really, really dirty. So we have to clean and refill this every day. But I'm really excited that Clover is out here already because Otis is still in my backyard, and I'm not sure how I'm going to get Otis to the pasture yet. I will get him to the pasture, but out here Clover can be watched by Sophie and is in a stall and protected from predators. That was the main issue, is that I didn't want anything to hurt Sweet Clover. So Clover is in the stall temporarily and also in the pasture during the day, getting to run and play. And I'll try to get some video of him running through the pasture because he really loves the pasture. He really loves all the animals. And yeah, Clover is, Clover is really just Nugget made over. He is his father's child. All right, so now I have a surprise that I really, really want to show you. I was so super excited about it, and yeah, let's go look at that surprise. Okay, so I had an idea. I showed kind of a clip last video, at the end of my video, about the peacocks. They are on the back field. They're still on my property, but they are not here at the barn. And I would really love them to come back to the barn. But it appears that they're not going to. But when I went back there the other day, the peacocks actually came to me and kind of hung around me a little bit. Of course, they were a little bit afraid, and they kind of walked off since I didn't have a bucket of feed. So I've been taking feed back there now. And I'm going to try to get the feed closer and closer to the barn so that the peacocks will come here. But I had this idea that all three of my peacocks are guys. What do guys like better than feed? Girls. So I had this idea that if I could get, sweet babies, if I could get a peahen, stop. If I could get a peahen, then I could get the guys back to the barn. Well, peahens are expensive. And so since peahens are so expensive, I just didn't have the funds to get one. So I just kind of was putting feelers out, you know, and I thought, well, I could just grow me a pea chick into a peahen, and if the guys are still around, I could get them that way in the future. I have a friend that actually responded when I asked about eggs and said, I have an extra peahen. Well, it piqued my interest, y'all. It piqued my interest because I need a peahen. I need one that will call these boys back to the barn. So my thought process was that I could put a peahen in the peacock, the original peacock enclosure, and she could call them. They would come to the enclosure and see where she is, and if I could put her maybe inside of a kennel inside there, then I could get the peacocks back and build out here, build a huge enclosure that's covered that they can't get out of, and I could still enjoy those peacocks. Well, my friend Laura over at Simply Making It, y'all, she came through. So I want y'all to meet Laura. Look at that beautiful Laura. Y'all, she sent me a peahen by Jason over at Cog Hill. He actually brought it home to me. But y'all, look at that. Is she not the prettiest color? Do you hear her making noise? Isn't she the prettiest thing? And here's some footage of the day that I got her. Okay, y'all, all I have is my cell phone with me, but I wanted to show you the first few moments of her being here. This is Miss Laura. And I'm naming her Laura because my dear friend Laura Spencer over at Simply Making It has sent me a gift today, a beautiful peahen. And the purpose behind this experiment, well, I say experiment, but she's here to stay, is to see if Laura can actually call the Three Stooges back up here. The boys are right behind here in the CRP, and they haven't been back. And we just thought that maybe a peahen would call and they would come running, because they are boys after all. And that's what boys do. Hi, Skipper. So, anyway, we're trying to see if Miss Laura can call the Three Stooges back up here and see if we can't get them in the enclosure until I can build a big peacock enclosure on the outside so that they can be free also. Well, not really free, but have a lot more room to play. But Laura is pretty tame. She's really sweet, and she is just beautiful, y'all. Just beautiful. I have a goose in my ear. Okay. I got to get that up. If y'all are wondering why I have a chicken waterer just laying on the ground, is because it's brand new and it won't hold water. So I am probably going to see about exchanging it for a new one, because that one won't hold water. So now, all I need for Laura to do is to call those boys back, right? So, as a recap, we got hay replenished. We got hay put down in the stalls. We got a bovine rub hung. We got Otis moved to a clean stall in the barn. We got the feed stall cleaned out. And we got the new peahen, Miss Laura. She got put into the original peacock enclosure. We also put a lot of hay down in there. And I don't know if you guys saw that or not, but we got a lot of hay put down in there so that she would be a little more comfortable. And did she start calling to the guys yet? No. But, y'all, I think she will any day now, because Laura laid an egg. She got comfortable enough on the day. I put her in here one day, and the next day she laid the first egg. She built her a nest inside the hay in there, and something bit me in the rear. Candace, stop. So she built her nest in there in the hay, and she laid that egg. I immediately got it and took it and put it in the incubator. Now, if she will lay more eggs, I am going to incubate some, and then I'm going to let her have some to sit on in there. So I got a feeling that she will start calling to the boys. Now, I know you're thinking, well, she don't have a male in there. She's not going to be fertile, and the eggs won't be fertile. You got to understand that poultry holds on to the fertilization for like 14 days, and she came straight from Laura's farm, where there is an overabundance of peacocks out there. So I have no doubts in my mind that those eggs are going to be fertile. And I am super excited, y'all, because if I can get some really young pea chicks and raise them here, they'll be here. I have no doubts that they will run around with the chickens and the turkeys, because the peacocks out there now, that is the problem, that there are wild turkeys out there, and they have always been with the turkeys, with Harold and Tawanda and Uno, and they think that they're with the turkeys they're supposed to be with. Now that turkey season is over and the wild turkeys are taking their nest, the peacocks are just kind of wandering around, you know, thinking, what is it? The turkeys all disappeared. So now they will hear Harold and Tawanda over here with their noise, and also hopefully Laura when she starts calling, and they will realize that they are peacocks and not turkeys. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I have a hen. Look at this, y'all. This is what really happens on the farm. Can you not go to the rollout boxes and lay? This is not cool. This is not cool. Move. Move. She was really making her a nest there, y'all. Okay. Sophie eats up there every day because Nellie can't mess with her. Nellie can't mess with her. Oh, look at the boy over there. So he really has really enjoyed the extra hay pile that we've put in there. And I've got a couple of more bales that I'm going to put in there to build it up a little bit more. But, you know, we're just kind of letting it get stomped into the mud and get a good layer and then put more down. But right there, there's like a good hay hump. And Oakley has really enjoyed laying right there. Every day you come out here and Oakley is laying right there. He just takes his like little siestas right there. And Ireland, of course, Ireland's going to be right there beside him somewhere. Well, y'all, we got a lot done. Bringing Otis out here was just a game changer for him. Much bigger area for him to run. He's got some pine shavings and he can actually get out every day. Hey, Clover. And go out into the pasture and do some real running. And there's lots of little baby chicks running around here. Now, I do plan to get all the chicks back up and actually put them inside of a fenced chicken yard run that's big enough. But right now, I've just kind of got them out here in the pasture free ranging. They're happy ladies. And they are really enjoying themselves out here. So I'm not going to put them up right away. I want them to be able to eat the ticks and the bugs and the fleas and whatever else is out here in the grass, worms. So they're digging and scratching, and in that digging and scratching, they're aerating my soil, and they're allowing new grass to come up and new things to sprout. So chickens are always a good thing. Their poop really helps also to fertilize the pasture. So all is well, all is good. And I'm going to get busy, and I'm going over there and I'm going to feed Helen. She's mooing at me right now. Give her a little grain. But I just wanted to catch you up on the good things that Caden and I have gotten accomplished this week. And this next week, there's going to be a whole new set of accomplishments. I can't wait to share with you what we are about to do. Okay, y'all farm on.